Hi all. So once again welcome to our YouTube series of videos. So this video will be an introduction to options part 2 video. So earlier in the part 1 video we would have seen all basic concepts like what and all required to understand basic options. So we have seen all these things in the part 1 video. So whoever is watching this video, kindly request you to go to part 1 video and just watch it for your understanding, so that this part 2 video will be much clear, and because it will be using most of the reference from the part 1 video. So we are going to see what will be the contents which we are going to discuss in the part 2 video generally. So these are all the contents which we are going to discuss today. Open interest, what is OA, and again option Greeks. So in details what are the option Greeks, and third is the what type of strategy we are going to see, whether it's a debit strategy or credit strategy, because you would have seen in social media so many people would have been doing this debit, this is a credit, this is an income strategy. So how to like segregate and find out what is debit, what is credit strategy based on your whatever you are doing. So again, what is payoff, what is BEP, break even point, and portfolio Greek. So all these details we are going to cover up in this video. So in the basic things, open interest, if you want to see, it will be a kind of little confusing in terms of definition point of view. If you look at any site or anywhere, if you want to know what is open interest. So in a very simpler terms, what I would say is, if you don't understand open interest, no need to worry. What is the effect of or the importance of volume? You generally give it to your study in technical analysis for the volume. So if any breakout is happening with higher volume, then you treat it as a good setup which is confirming with volume. So it's a kind of confirmation, right? So same way open interest can be used as confirmation. Without even understanding open interest, you can start using it just by replacing it as volume. But always note the difference between volume and open interest is always there, but it is very slightly minimal. But in case of, if you go for the understanding purpose or reading the book definition purpose, it will always confuse you. So I'm going to explain what is open interest. So if it comes to share trading in a cash market or whatever it is, generally you know this many shares are already listed and only this much shares is entitled to trade. Means, let's say for example, one company is there, company X, so it is having some 10,000 shares which can be traded. So in between you cannot increase the volume of the share, right? The volume is fixed. Agree? So this one point you need to remember. Whereas open interest is generally is referring to futures and derivatives. Like future, if you want to trade the same stock in future, it doesn't mean that only the 10,000 quantity is there to trade. It can be trading with even 10,001 also, or it can be 1 lakh one, or it can be 10 lakh quantity also. How it is possible? Because open interest generally comprises of one seller and one buyer who are freshly wanted to take their position. Like if they are already long, so selling means it does not mean a fresh sell position. So they have to initiate a fresh sell position. Like two persons are there, one need to initiate a fresh buy and one need to initiate a fresh sell. Then these two combines and form a one open interest. Means they are opening their position freshly. So then only they will get one open interest. Let's say now as of today we are having some 10,000 open interest in a stock. So some new buyer, new seller is coming. So once they start trading and that contract execute, then total OA will be whatever 10,000 plus this new one. So this volume is not fixed. Generally I use volume and OA interchangeably because it's a very small difference, but you need to see here the volume is not fixed because you can initiate whatever you want. So one buyer and one fresh seller, if they agree to trade upon, then it creates an additional volume, so that you can call it as open interest. So this is what the difference between open interest and volume generally. So this is how you like practically understand what is the difference between OA and volume. So in case if some of the people who are long and they wanted to cut off their position, but there is no new seller, in that case what will happen? So the OA will reduce because there were so many buyers were there in the open position. Now they want to cut the sell position. They're buying to sell. So for this sell, if nobody is there, then also the OA will reduce, right? So this is how the OA, this is called unwinding. So generally people use unwinding, all those stuffs. So open interest we are explaining here, but if you want to know more about unwinding, all those stuffs, where to track open interest, all these things, we have already posted a video called how to use open interest or how to use Excel based tool offers in open interest. You can refer to that video. So in the description we will be uploading that link. You can cross check how to see open interest or how to read open interest, all those stuff. So, but this is a basic definition. I hope this will be clear, and even if you don't understand this, please remember open interest plays the same role as how the volume plays in your analysis of cash market. Like whatever something is happening, some bullishness is happening or bearishness is happening. So if it goes with the open interest, means again you can replace this word by volume. If with volume something is happening, then you need to be more worried about or need to be more alert about that what is happening. If there is no volume in something is happening, then you need not much worry about. So means if it is a breakout, then if it's coming with volume, then you have additional confirmation, or you can slightly increase your trading quantity also because you have a confirmation. So same way you can use open interest for this purpose. Again, so now we are going to see option Greeks. Generally option Greeks consist of delta, gamma, vega, theta, rho and many other things, but here we are going to see only which and all practically is going to help you while trading options or building some strategies. So generally what is delta? Delta is option price change with respect to your underlying. Let's say you are trading Nifty. So Nifty spot is the underlying here. So in the last video we would have seen what is the strike price, how to select the strike price, what is the premium of that strike price, where to see, all those things we have seen. So let's say now I am assuming market is at 11,200 and 11,400 call is at some 30 rupees or 40 rupees. So I am going to buy that. So tomorrow I am expecting market to be bullish. I don't know how long it will go, but if I want to assume that if tomorrow 200 points up, then how do you measure what could be your price based on this movement? So if there will be some number for the delta, it will be 0.5, 0.3 or 0.6, 0.7, 0.4, 0.3 or minus 0.1, something like this. So what does this signify is, so if 1 rupee movement in the underlying happens, so your call will also increase by 0.3 value. So if 100 rupees means 30 rupees. So if 200 rupees means 30 into 2. So 60 rupees it will happen. So there are different delta values based on the strike price, but this is how you select the delta or understand the delta. So tomorrow if your delta is 0.6 and if you are expecting market to move 100 rupees, then what could be your change in price of the option due to delta alone? So whatever the expected price rise into delta you should do, and that much rise will happen in your price. But again, it's a combined combination of all the factors. So generally what are the factors? One is time value. So how long it will take to expiry. So 3 days to expiry or 10 days to expiry or 20 days to expiry. So with this factor, one more factor will come in. So that is theta. Then what is the IV? Generally IV means what? It's the measure of volatility, or you can say in simpler terms, it's a measure of fear that is prevailing in the market. Let's say in the March and April, market was falling like anything. At that time you would have noticed IV or VIX were very high. That means we know market can move 100 points to 500 points or 1000 points in a day. So that much volatility was there. So that defines the option pricing also. So at that time you would have seen all, even far OTM calls or far OTM puts were trading more than 100 rupees or 200 rupees. That means IV value was ballooned up. So again, like that, theta value means what is the coming week expiry. So means 13th expiry. Today is the 9th of August. So 13th of August, what is the expiry? So for that it will have 3 to 4 days of expiry. So time value is only that much. If you look at monthly, so 27th of August or 30th August is if the strike price is there, then that much value will be there for time consideration. So mainly you need to consider 3. One is delta movement of the underlying. Other thing is what is the IV or what is the volatility prevailing in the market. Again, the one more thing is what is the time to expiry for whatever contract you are going to trade. So these things are mainly important for option Greek. So now underlying movement is defined by delta again. So what is gamma? Gamma in the sense now you are measuring the option price with respect to underlying. Now if you want to measure delta itself, so today delta is 0.5. Tomorrow if 100 point moves up, what could be my delta? So this will be much useful in if you want to control portfolio ticks and delta neutral, all those things which we are going to see in further parts of the videos, are some things we'll be seeing in the this video itself, and in later videos we'll be using all those stuffs. So we are going to see gamma as the delta change. So how the delta will change with respect to underlying. So that is gamma. Generally people talks about gamma effect in expiry, because during the expiry day most of the premium other factors will decay, means time decay will happen and delta move will not be that much, means 50 rupees point price will be only 3-4 rupees at the expiry day. Suddenly if some movement comes now, it will go to 50 rupees to 200 rupees or 5 rupees to 100 rupees. So this move is called generally called as gamma effect, because suddenly gamma will rise because other factors will not play much role and suddenly delta will only spoil the trade. So that is called gamma effect. And again vega. Vega is, now you see option price, how the option price will change with respect to change in volatility. So in March volatility was somewhere around 40 to 65 weeks. If you see it was 60 to almost 45 to 50 or 60 weeks was there. Now if you see VIX is 24-25. So how the volatility change will affect in your price of the option. So that is called vega. Again theta. Theta is now day to expiry is 4 days per current week. So one more day goes. So only because of that how the option price will degrade. So that how theta is played. So rho is option change with respect to interest rate. Generally interest rate we need not to worry, because generally interest rate decision will come in bi-monthly decision of RBI policy. So it will not change much, whatever is the rate for the annual thing. And again we are going to trade only in weekly or monthly. Even if you trade for 3-4 months also, the rate of change will not affect much in interest rate kind of stuff. So this will not a major playing factor if you need to play the options, but you need to know this. So now you have gone through what is delta, what is gamma, what is vega, what is theta, what is rho. So now we are going to see practically so how these things is happening. So from here on we are going to see in a practical way how if I want to buy a option, how these things will happen. So if I'm buying option, what is my position? So my Greeks is what? Delta, what I whether it is a positive delta or negative delta or gamma, vega, theta, what is my position if I am taking only option buy or option sell or even combination of this. So I am going to show where and all these things can be seen. So I am going to share my this is Sensible Pro login. So I am using it. You can also try with light option, or there are 7 days free trial is there. So you can try it, and if you wanted to use it further, you can use it using a pro option, or there is a light, there is option called light. Sensible light version is there. So where many features will be disabled, but you can build all your strategies and you can know. The thing is between pro and light will be many features will be disabled in light, and here I am showing the pro version. Still if you want to buy a pro version, for our students generally they give 10% extra discount. If you want to buy through that, you can use that, and I will post the link in the description. You can use it. So here we are going to see like strategy builder. So these are all the different features of the Sensible. So I am just going to do strategy builder. So here it will show what is the underlying we are going to trade in this. So I am selecting Nifty as my underlying. So I am going to assume that I am going to do buy something. So in that case I am building my strategy. So this is where all the option chain will get listed. So earlier in the video I shown you NSE site to check the option chain. Now because I am using this pro version, I am using this. So if I want to add something like now I am expecting bullishness in the market. So current market I showed like in the last video, if you see I have defined what is ITM, OTM, ATM and all. Again I will not be using ITM, OTM, but if you want to understand that, please go and see the first video. So I am trying to buy 11,400 call. I am bullish in market and I am expecting some 200 to 300 points move in the underlying within this 13th. So if I am not expecting, I need to use the far expiry. So 1400 I can buy here. So my expectation is I am expecting something, some 200, 300 point moves there. So I am going to buy this. So I am selecting, I am going to buy this. So this is the trade here, like 13th August, 11,400 call. I am buying it for one quantity. So you can change whatever price you want, or if you want to buy, if you would have bought it 2 days before or 3 days before, you can just enter and save. It is only the tracking purpose. It is not for live trading. Even live trading is there. It is enabled to the broker. So once that is done, you can track your position. So they offer along with the broker also, that you can explore later. But I am expecting like 1400 call, around 20 rupees if I am buying. So I am just updating here. So you can see what and all. The summary is max profit is unlimited and the capital required is only 1.50k, because last video we said if you want to buy something, so 20 into 75,500 is the max capital required for this. So here I am getting, so premium I am paying 1500. Margin required is because I am not selling, so any extra margin is not required. So what is the DK? All those things we are going to see. So Greeks and IVs also we are going to see. So delta is 10.1 for this one. So if tomorrow 100 points rises, my profit will increase by 10 points, because this is how delta moves. Because here if you want to change, so 100 points is there, means some 314, 314 I am updating. So my delta is changing to 20, my profit will be, you can calculate based on delta. But all other factors also there, so slightly some deviations will be there, but it's only the assumption part. So you can see after this, my delta has changed to now 23. It is not the same delta. Why? Because when it was at that time, just look at gamma, it was only 0.10. So when again I am raising it to 11314, so change, delta is changed because the rate of change of delta is measured by gamma. Again, gamma is also changing at this point. So from here, if I am faced one more 100 point, then my profit will not be earlier delta, which is the current delta from this point. So one more 23 rupees will get as a profit if underlying moves 100 points. You got it right. Now how to read data I am going to explain now. So since I am a positional, I bought it for this as a my position, so I am paying the premium. So delta is against me. So I am a buyer, so delta is against me. So each and every day as the time goes, my premium will decay. So that is why you have negative value of theta here. So Vega, I am a option buyer. So any increase in option volatility or implied volatility, then I am going to benefit from that. So I am long in Vega. So now by buying this call, so now what you can see from this summary, so I am long in delta, short in theta and long in Vega. This is how people say long delta. Delta, sometimes they say call it as delta neutral or short delta, or this call it as I am short theta, so long theta, then long Vega, short Vega. So they will try to use to different kind of complex words to make you feel that this is something great, but that is not like that. So you need to understand what is the same way. So I have already shown you what is the for the long. So now we are going to the other part of the this whatever it is there. So this is on the top side, you are seeing something, right? So I am resetting the price, and even today is there, so 3 days to expiry is there as per, so 4 days to expiry is there as per today date, 4 days to expiry is there. So based on this, theta will change. So now I am going to see how my profit will be. So if market moves 100 point today itself, or whatever I am moving, so 3.3% I am expecting move. So in that case, my profit will be this much. So there are two lines. One is blue line, one is the dotted lines. So what you are going to infer from this? So this dotted line shows this is an expiry. So here it is showing in the minus 1500. So that is my entire risk for this position. So because I have bought, so whatever happens, only that much I am going to lose, because I am not a seller here. In case if the market starts moving, so how my payoff will be on expiry? This is the payoff on a given date based on whatever the IV values are, Greeks value, based on that this is calculated. So this line is called T plus 1 line. Generally this is called payoff. So the place where you are seeing how my profit and loss will be based upon whatever holdings you are holding. So for the expiry, you will get one line, and for daily basis, you will get one more line. So you need to understand this is the expiry payoff and this is the T+1 payoff. So if I am changing this to next day, so that is the end of the day payoff for that day. Again changing. Again I am keeping it on expiry. So it becomes on the expiry day, this is my payoff. So this is how you understand what is these two, like what is expiry day payoff and what is T+1 day payoff. So your expiry might be showing loss, but on MTM you are getting profit because you are long in option, and the Greeks value are not going to be 0 unless and until it reaches the expiry day. So that is why we have value. So suppose you assume 11,500 call should be 0, right? But it is having some value because we dash time value, beta value and gamma value, all those stuffs. That is why it is not showing 0. So because of that, you are not going to lose 0 immediately. Only on the expiry day it will become 0. Even on the expiry day it will trade for 60 paise, 1 paise. Even market goes like it is far away from 200 points. So that is why these Greeks will play an important role. Now I am going to show you if in case if you are a sell. So I am just going to change it as sell. Then how these things. So if you are sell, what does it mean? So you are short in delta. So your short in delta means market if goes down only you will make profit. That is showing here. So theta now is now your friend because you are shorted option. So as the time goes by, you will get this much profit. Again gamma, now you are in negative. So if move again happens now, so you will be stuck in gamma move. Again vega, since you are shorting the option, selling the option, and because volatility rise will be a trouble for you. So this is how these things are calculated. So as this point of time and this point of day, this is the current delta. So if move is coming, then see delta is rising, right? Then means this is not a, so you are getting struck. So for 100 from now on, every 100 point you will get struck in 75 rupees loss. Earlier we may not use. So if I reset this, we may be losing for every 100 point. From this point, if 100 point rises, we will be losing only 10 rupees. And if keep on rising, then for every 100 points, you will be getting struck. So this is how this payoff works. So this is called payoff diagram, where you will see all your profit and loss based on expiry and based on T+1 day, how much will be there. So from this one, how to identify what is my BEP. Generally BEP is the place where profit changes to loss or loss changes to BEP. So I am just looking at only expiry day now. So you see this is the place. So you can zoom also if you want. So this is the place where my BEP is there, right? If you want to see, you can see in summary also. But this is the place 11450 is my, so 11429 exactly is my BEP, because 1400 call I short 29 rupees. So if it goes above that, I will start facing loss. So my break even is 1149. This is how it calculates. Like you don't need to calculate about that. So it will show all the things. What is a break even? So now you got it. What is break even, right? So now as part of this video, what we have seen? We have seen initiated a buy and again a sell. Now what is? Now you seen what is option buying. Now again for what is option selling. In case now I am trying to build some strategies. I am building something and I am selling something, again I'm one more buying something. So this can be anything, but after doing all these things, how the Greeks will be, you cannot be able to add individual legs. So this software might do you. So why you are seeing this 0? Because we have kept this on expiry day. If I keep here somewhere here, then my delta is 6.6. What does this say? My delta is positive, so I am long, means upside move of the underlying only will result in profit for me. So look at this payoff. So market has to move up, then only I will be in profit. If it goes down, I will be in loss. So that shows what is the portfolio delta. Again, what is the portfolio theta? So you are long in theta. Again, vega, you are short in vega. So individually leg wise strikes will be, IVs will be listed here, but you can see how your portfolio deltas will change. So tomorrow, if my, see, because this is defined risk position, that is why even if it goes to 12,300, your delta is not varying much. Got it right? So this is how, because this portfolio Greeks will help you to understand how your position is. Even though you think like my range bound position is there, but once it ranges the breakout or BEP, then you will be in trouble. So this will be much useful in finding the adjustment part, or this will be much useful in the determining the direction of your strategy. So I think I missed one more part, like you can add directional or non-directional, right? So you can see non-directional and directional strategies here. So how to identify based on portfolio Greeks? Now you see, now this one is almost non-directional because it's a lightly bullish, but on the downside also, even if it goes, your portfolio delta may not increase because this is fixed risk. Based on the payoff also you can understand, or even if the market goes, how your delta and theta will be. So based on this you can have view or strategies like directional strategy, bullish strategy, bearish strategy, and non-directional. So how it will be. So those things can be measured or understood, can be understand. You can understand all those things from portfolio delta itself. Cannot be able to understand with leg wise things, because if it is a one leg, okay, you can easily to understand, but to calculate break evens, it will be much useful. So here if you want to see break even, so break even is 11287, so that is where it changes its sign, and after this, even if it goes 1000 point down also, no need to worry, your loss is limited. So this payoff is showing that. So you need to see how these things are working. Now you are seeing, you are paying the premium right here. After all these things, you are paying the premium. So now this is you are paying, right? This is a debit strategy. That is how you conclude this is a debit strategy. In case instead of this, if I am reducing this, so in this I am getting credit. Though capital required is all these things, but I am getting a credit. So this is a credit strategy. If I consider only these legs which I have ticked, then this is a credit strategy. Based on this, you can understand what are all the positions. So if I move here, you can see Greeks. So till here my delta is controlling. So after my BEP, break even point, delta is flying like anything. So something issue is there. So you can read this from the payoff or the portfolio summary Greeks. So this will be much useful if you want to trade strategies, and if you want to have understanding of how to make adjustments at the initial stage of construction itself. You cannot adjust thinking that okay, if it happens I will adjust later. You cannot do like that. So to do that, you need to have proper understanding of all these things. I hope we have covered everything which we have discussed here. So these are all the basic steps only, but when it comes to option starting or option strategy building, that time these will be much useful to make you in line with whatever we will be speaking in the further videos, because you can treat it as if you have not seen the English part 1 video, then it will be little difficult for you to understand the part 2 video. So you need to go back and see part 1, and then from there you can easily come and understand. The same way whatever we are going to show in further videos, how to build strategies, how to adjust all those things lively based on your technical view, all those stuffs. So this will be much useful. I hope people would have understood this concept of whatever we have explained here in a very simpler language without complicating anything. I hope this will be useful. If it is useful, kindly support us and follow us. If you have any doubt, or if you still have any comments for improvement or any criticism, you can comment in the comment section of this video. And once again, thank you all. This is Dampro from Tanishq Capital. Thank you.